Good evening, dear viewers. Welcome to BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World. Today, I'm Gauri Priya with you, and with us, we have our Dr. Hamdullah. He is an ophthalmologist with 12 years of work experience, and he has completed his post graduation in JIPMER, Pondicherry, and he has had his MBBS in Trivandrum College. Now, he is currently working in Al Hilal Medical Center, Manama, for 3 years. Hi, doctor. Welcome to the show.
Hi Gauri, thanks for having me on the show.
How are you, doctor?
Fine, doing good.
So, doctor, during these days, because of the COVID pandemic, most of us are limited to our gadgets, our devices, because of the online classes. And the strain that we go through is too much because I get headache at times after our online classes. So, could those be problems of excessive use of our online classes or devices?
So this is a very important question in this current situation. So somehow this is related to the pandemic because before the pandemic, all the children used to go to school. They used to spend most of the time in school, and the type of studies in school was a classroom-based study. They used to also have a lot of outdoor activities, and then they used to go home, have their digital devices for about 1 or 2 hours per day. But nowadays, what has happened? We all know the schools have closed, so there's more of online studies.
Yes.
So our children are now subjected to 4 or 5 hours of extra
Yeah.
eye strain. So many parents come to me these days and tell me, Doctor, do my child have any problem because of this excessive use of digital devices? The parents are concerned and their concern is genuine. Now, coming back to your question, how does it affect the eye? So in the eye, it causes eye strain. Eye strain means the eye is tired or fatigued out. It causes blurred vision. There can be chronic headache. And the child can also have a neck pain. Okay, and these are the usually main common problems associated with the excessive use of digital devices.
Watery eyes is also.
Watery eyes is also a cause, yes.
Okay, yes. So I've heard most of my friends say that they're having headache and
Yes.
watery eyes. So how can we limit the damage that caused to our eyes?
So one thing we should understand is there is no 100% solution to this. So we have to go around this problem to limit the damage. So this can be done to have a good workstation. So how does a child have a good workstation? Especially when they're sitting for long hours, especially online classes, the workstation should be ideal. So what is an ideal workstation? An ideal workstation is when the screen is placed about 20 inches away from the eyes, put the screen about half inch below the eye level. The brightness of the screen and the room should be comfortable to the child. Okay, they should sit in a good chair with a good backrest, blinking frequently. What blinking does is it forms a teary medium over the outer surface of the eye called the cornea. And another one, they should have intermittent breaks. So now there's a rule called 20-20-20 rule. This rule suggests that every 20 minutes you look into the screen, move your eyes off the screen for 20 seconds and look at something 20 feet away. I'll repeat that. Every 20 minutes you look into the screen, move your eyes 20 seconds off the screen and look at something 20 feet away. So if you follow these small tips, maybe we can reduce or limit the damage to the eyes.
Okay. So at what kind of symptoms should a parent or a teacher be concerned that a student is having some problem with their eyes?
Very good question. So now what the parents and the teacher should be concerned is if you see your child squeezing their eyes to see something, or they hold the digital devices very close to their faces, or you see them going too close to the television, as you said, watery eyes, chronic headache, and these are the few symptoms. If you see the child having, definitely they need medical attention.
So does the size of the gadget depend on the strain that is taken by the eye?
The smaller it is, and if the light is kept dim, of course it takes more strain. So the smaller it is, and if the brightness is good for the eyes, it takes less strain.
Okay. So I've heard about UV light and then blue light. So is there a difference between those and are they both harmful?
Both UV light and blue light are harmful to the eyes, but there's a difference between the two. The main source of UV light is actually the sunlight. But the advantage of this or the plus point is the UV light, the harmful effects of the UV lights are usually absorbed by our eye itself, by the outer cornea, and the lens absorbs the harmful effects and prevents it from reaching the retina, which is the most dangerous part of the eye. But the blue light, usually the main source of the blue light is digital devices. These lights can penetrate our cornea and can penetrate the lens and to reach the retina and can cause retinal damage. So blue light are much more dangerous than the UV lights.
So how else can we prevent it?
Yeah.
Prevent the
So
damage?
yeah. So now in the market we have all these blue light filters all the gadgets and most of the smartphones and computers are now blue light filtered. You can also use some plain glasses which have this blue light and ultraviolet light filter glasses. This can prevent us from the harmful effects of these lights.
So, what are the diseases that can be caused because of the exposure?
You can have vision problems. Okay, it can lead to conditions like myopia or astigmatism. It can lead to severe dry eye. Okay, and you have persistent headache. So these are the few symptoms that usually associated with our devices.
Yeah, most of us usually have this red eye.
Yeah, red eye.
So, how can we get rid of the red eyes because it doesn't look good?
Yeah, so what we can do is we have to reduce screen time for these cases. Okay, the number of hours, especially now we cannot avoid or stop online classes, but you could definitely avoid reducing other useless things like too much of Facebook, WhatsApp, and too many games. Such things can be reduced. You can get rid of your red eyes by putting some lubricant eye drops, okay, which will soothe the eyes and bring the redness down.
Okay, is there any other way we can reduce the use of our classes or the use of the gadgets?
That's so we have to attend online classes, but the only way is that we can take intermittent breaks. Use this 20-20-20 rules. Use lubricant eye drops. Okay, avoid unnecessary use. So such things can prevent us from having some eye damages and all.
So now we'll be going for a short break and we'll be back soon. Please do not forget to like and share our Facebook page. Also like and share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Hi dear viewers, welcome back again. So today with us we have Dr. Hamdullah. He's an ophthalmologist and we are going to be talking more about our topic. So doctor, these days most of the children that is below the age of 2, they're addicted to the phone. Like without the phone they won't eat their food. So they are that much addicted to the phone. And could that cause any damage to their eye as they're growing up?
So we highly recommend children below 2 years not to be given the phone at all, because this definitely affects their development. Okay? Recently a survey was conducted and it was shocking to see the answer that we asked the parents, how many of your children will have their own phones or own devices? And 60% of parents told that their child between the years of 2 and 10 have their own devices, like they have their own iPad. This is very alarming. Okay, this should not be done because below 2 years, it's advisable not to give them any form of digital devices. It definitely affects their development.
So even the TV and laptop?
Yeah. TV and laptop, they can see a little bit, but device is very close to holding the digital device is very close to them. And that is more harmful than the TV and all.
Okay. So apart from the digital devices, what other exposure can cause the damage to our eyes?
I told UV rays from the sunlight can cause damage to the eyes. So for such, we can prevent using UV ray protection glasses or sunglasses and all. Okay, so this is apart from the blue light from the digital devices, the UV rays are the most dangerous ones.
Tearing up of the eyes, does it help the eyes or is it kind of bad?
Too much tearing is bad. Too much blinking and too much tearing is bad. Both blinking and tearing to a limited extent with normal extent is normal.
So the normal tear, does it help us?
The normal tear does help us because tears are produced from a gland called the lacrimal gland, which is in the upper part of the eye. The tears are used by the eye and the excessive tears passes through two small holes in the upper and lower lids and into the nose. Okay? The tear is not a general term. It's a complicated structure. It has 3 layers. The outer layer is called the lipid layer. This prevents the tear from evaporating. The second middle layer is called the aqueous or water layer. This actually nourishes and protects the cornea or the eye. And the inner mucin layer, it's tries to hold or bind to the tear. So as long as the tears is there, as much time it is there, it is more protective to the eyes.
But here we are living in a very hot climate. So is there a possibility that the tear can just evaporate and then it can cause any damage in the eye?
Very high possibility. I told you there should always be a tear film over the cornea or the outer part of the eye. In hot climatic conditions, the evaporation is much more. So the reduction of tears definitely will harm the eyes.
So apart from the eyes, what else can the digital devices cause on the child?
Yes, apart from the eyes, there are many other conditions where the child can suffer from. So one is there can be musculoskeletal abnormalities because you must have seen most of the children when they, especially the younger ones, when they have their the smartphones or iPads, they'll be either lying down on the bed or hanging on the sofa or sitting on the floor. So these are all postural abnormalities. So in the long run, they could have musculoskeletal abnormalities. Now another problem is in the brain. So it is thought that excessive use of these digital devices could reduce the thinking capacity. Okay, and it also can cause a problem called attention deficit in children, where the children lack attention. They'll be very unattentive in classes and all. Yeah, other conditions are they can have sleep abnormalities and eating abnormalities. Okay, most of the children these days, to go to bed or to have food, they need to have their iPad or smartphones. So these are some of the other problems related to the digital devices.
Yes. Okay, doctor. So, what are the takeaway home messages that can be given to our viewers?
So the takeaway message is you should reduce screen time as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay, and take breaks in between when you're continuously using these devices. A good healthy diet, good exercise, more of outdoor activity, and an annual eye checkup. This is very important for the eyes.
Okay, doctor. And as you mentioned, outdoor activities, I'm a person who loves sports so much. So at times when I play a lot in the sunlight, when I'm outside, I get these red eyes and all. So how is that affecting me?
So that could be due to two reasons. One, you could be allergic to the dust you are outside with, so that can cause allergic conjunctivitis and redness of the eyes. Otherwise, because of the hot climate, the evaporation of tears itself can cause dry eye, and the eyes could become red. So if you're a person who's too much sensitive to sunlight and all, it's better to wear a sunglass, a UV protection sunglass, or go out to play in the evenings when there's no much exposure to the sunlight.
And also the red eyes and the dry eyes. After how much long period does it become a severe condition?
Like if you don't take treatment adequately, properly, and you just neglect it, it could worsen in 2 or 3 days and lead to severe full-blown conjunctivitis.
So also, doctor, after our online classes, after we do our assignments, most of us we sleep very late. So how much should be the sleeping hour, average sleeping hour for our eyes to rest?
The number of hours of sleeping is categorized into three.
Okay.
Preschool children usually supposed to sleep for at least 9 to 10 hours per day. School-going children, they should sleep at least 8 to 9 hours per day. And adolescent, like you, adolescent age group, they should go for a sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours a day. This much sleep is definitely required for the healthy eyes.
Okay. So, doctor, what's your wife's name and how many children do you have?
Yeah, I have 2 children. They are 6 and 10 years of age. Their names are Atif and Hiba. My wife is also a doctor. Her name is Dr. Shahida. She's working in the emergency department in the same hospital, Al Hilal.
So, thank you, doctor, for your time and all your knowledge, because especially in this time of pandemic, all these points are really very necessary, especially the 2020 that point. It's very nice to know. And thank you for your time again.
Thank you, Gauri, and I would like to thank BMC and the Health World for having me in this show.
So, dear viewers, thank you for watching our show. Again, you are watching BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World. We'll be back next week at the same time. Please do not forget to like and share our Facebook page. Also, like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. Today with us, we have our Dr. Hamdullah. He's an ophthalmologist, and I'm Gauri Priya. Thank you.